Hey guys, so I'm finally uploading all of my videos for my book reviews. I'm going to do another book review right now, and hopefully I'll get a couple of these in within the next couple of days. Um, so this looks really big, but it's actually not. It's two books in one. I only read the first one because the second one just kind of didn't interest me really. But so the book is by Nora Roberts, and it's called Second Nature. Um, it only goes until about here, so it's not too long. Pretty standard romance novel size. So in the book, I just I was really inspired by this story. Not really just not the story as far as like the romance side of it, but just the writing side of it. In the story, it's about a guy named Hunter Brown who's just kind of like a world famous author. Bestseller, but he's a recluse. He lives in, well, I can't tell you that part because that'll tell you the book. But basically, he lives off the grid. And then we have Lee Radcliffe, who is kind of our fancy girl. She's a reporter and she's been trying to get a scoop on him for a really long time. And she finally meets him. He kind of tricks her at first. She thinks he's her baggage claim person, her bellhop. Am I saying that right? She thinks that he's gonna take her back to her room, and she like gives him $5 and kind of like blows him off a little bit. And when she finds out he's the author that she's actually been looking for, just like sparks fly. They instantly have chemistry, they instantly have a connection. But that's not the part of it that really made me happy inside. The part that really made me happy is just him as a character. He's a writer who needs to write. Um, I don't exactly know where it is. Hopefully I'll edit this out so I can find it. Okay. So let's just say I don't know where the quote is in the book, but I kind of remember it. So in the book, they're discussing, why he writes and why he feels like she needs to write. Because although she's a reporter, she writes articles and things like that. She also has a manuscript that she wants to, get started. That she's been writing, and she doesn't really think it's that good. Blah blah blah. It goes on, but the thing is, he's discussing what it means to be a writer, like how it feels to write. And I understand this because I love to write. I've been writing since I was a kid. I love to read, but even more than that, I love to write. I love to create my own characters and create my own worlds. And it just, I don't know, what he says really hits home for me. He said that there are so many people that are born to write, or that are born to paint, that are born to be artists. There's so many people that are born for this, and they never know. They die without knowing. Paintings go unpainted. Writings, they go unwritten. Sculptures go unsculpted. And it really hit home for me. He said the people that are the most fortunate are the ones who find out what they're meant to do. I mean, you could think of that in so many different ways. Like, you could think of that in any industry, really. You find out that you're into fashion, you find out that you're into architecture, you find out that you're into, I don't know, accounting, I guess. There's so many things that you were born to do that you never really realize until, someone says, hey, I'm having trouble with my taxes. Can you really help me? And then you realize I love to help people do their taxes. I don't know anyone who really likes to help people do that, but I'm just saying, like, you could fit that into anywhere. And it really hit home for me. I feel like I'm going to tear up a little bit because I have been struggling with, writing stories and believing that I'm actually a good writer and knowing that I have it in me to write, and wondering maybe I don't because I've been doing this my whole life. Why am I not like doing this for real? Like, why am I not this author who's living in the woods, or who's got an apartment in New York, and like, why am I not this already? And I realized that maybe it's not because what I'm chasing is this world famous author, like this world, I want to be this, this super swooped up, like I'm writing things and I'm doing things and I'm all posh. Maybe it's just the simple fact that I was born to write, and I should just appreciate that. And when I realize that when I realize that what I need to do in life is just sit down at a computer or at one of my typewriters or with a notebook and just write out a story and put my heart into it, maybe then I'll realize I was born to do this and something good will come out of it. Um, that seems really weird to pull from a romance novel. But if you're a writer and you like romance and you read that, I mean, I feel like you'll get the same thing out of it that I did. Um, so I wasn't really interested in the romance aspect of it. I was just interested in the fact that this writer was so in tune. He's so in tune with himself. He's so in tune with other people. Um, but he's a recluse and he hides. You know, he has all these factors um, that kind of make him into this antisocial person. And in reality, he understands people more than they understand themselves. So, I guess all in all, I'd say that I would recommend the Nora Roberts book, Second Nature. Read it, especially if you're a writer. All right, guys, that's enough for this one. Thanks.